Good morning, it's Elizabeth Elenor, and we are pausing. We are pausing. It's Tuesday morning. Let me just check to see if I'm on. And we're pausing to reflect on our week and to spend some time really deeply understanding ourselves, because ultimately, what being a magical woman that is awakening to more and more of her beauty, her connection, her intuition, her wisdom, all of those things are based in pausing, reflecting, and having the time to be separate from the world, to be set apart, because the world is a busy place with lots going on, with lots of chaos. And when you're really deeply understanding yourself as a magical woman, you are recognizing that you're set apart from all of that, that you are not a muggle, that you're not, you're not plugged into the system. And it's all about, the more we develop that, the more we understand that, the more the frequency grows and changes and shifts on the planet. So the deeper our understanding, the more congruent we are, and this collective happens, right? So things are just going to start shifting a little bit with pause. I've had some major shifts myself, and through that experience, I'm listening deeper and deeper to my higher self wisdom, the woman that knows way better than I do, because she sees the past, the present, and the future. And she sees the multi-dimensional aspects. She sees way beyond this lifetime. And so when you're listening to that wisdom, sometimes it comes in forms that the little self doesn't necessarily want to agree with, right? And feels a little bit uncomfortable with it sometimes. So I've made some major changes in my business just recently, and one of those is just today I have told my Conscious Creator Circle that we are going to slowly stop the live sessions, and is going to be a standalone do-it-yourself course that people can access. It's been going for 5 years, and it's a big decision. So I'm just listening to the guidance. And so today, in pause, one of the things that I have been getting as this new shift in identity and character and in business is that pause is going to also make a shift. So what we're going to do to start with is we're going to spend that moment pausing and reflecting and being present to our now moment. And then I'm going to do some channeled information and just allow whatever the subject is that we've got for the day to come through from the higher self wisdom, instead of, just giving you information. So let's start with just a moment to pause and to be present to this now moment. So I'm just going to get you to gently close your eyes and take a nice deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. And just allow your soul, your spirit, to gently settle back into your body. Feeling all the way down into your tailbone, into your feet, the tips of your toes, allowing your energy to go all the way down, feeling it grounding into the earth. There's no better way to be present than to become grounded, to step into this moment means fully embodying your body, allowing your soul to be in your body right now. Often the soul is half in and half out, based in the mind. So just feel what it feels like to connect in to your feet, grounding into the earth, being present to this moment. And I want you to consider what your week has been like, the previous week. What was your week like? What were all of the beautiful things that developed, that you created? What did you follow through? Let's just take a moment to be grateful for all of the things that we followed through, all of the intuitive nudges that we took action on. Taking that moment to be grateful for all of the things that you've achieved supports your body to recognize that it's safe. That those things may have been unknown at one stage, but now they are known. You took action on them and you survived. You didn't die. You're still alive. It's really important for your higher self to allow that information to come through so that your conscious and your unconscious is also aligned and recognize that it's safe. Now let's just take a moment to recognize what were some of the things that didn't actually go the way you chose them to go, or you wanted your intention. You set an intention and somehow through default you got distracted. You listened to that noise, that busy mind, and took action from your busy mind rather than from your intuition. Let's just take a moment to reflect on those times where you could have made a different choice. Whether that be with a relationship, whether that be with your food, your health, whether that be with your business, your career. Where are those moments that you could have done something a little bit different and got a better outcome? No reason to beat yourself up. It's just a moment of observation and being present. And breathing and relaxing. And just letting your higher self come through and give you the information of how can I move forward with these situations? What can I do now to support the intention? Allowing that wisdom to come through. And if you've got a pen and paper handy, or something that you can document, and just take note of what it is that your highest wisdom, your magic, is telling you to do. So just taking a nice deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And opening your eyes if you wish. And today on Pause, we're going to be talking about ancestral echoes and relationship patterns. I'm just going to allow the information to come through however my higher self wishes that information to come through. The ancestral echoes, the ripples, the echoes that are still imprinted within the DNA. Moments long ago that in this now moment affect the subtle changes and movements of you today. And dear ones, I want you to remember that there is only this now moment. So though these times seem long ago, and you may feel like they have no relationship to you, they were from someone in your family, an ancestor, in a different time, in a different space. Ultimately, they are you. This is the now moment where everything happens. Those moments, on one level, in third dimension, seem in the past. But from a different dimension, from the fifth, sixth, and beyond, it is a different multi-dimensional aspect, all simultaneously being right now, because there only is now. There is only one moment. That moment is now. So as you go about your day, as you make decisions, those echoes are affecting those very thought processes you have in this now moment. They are there because you chose them just as much as your ancestor did. You chose those experiences because we are not separate. Your ancestor is part of a collective, just as you are. that is moving through an experience we call life. Oh, life. Life is an interesting process. Life has highs and lows when you are in a physical body. Life is full of adventure. Those echoes, what Elizabeth calls energetic bumps, are here to be observed, recognized, seen as a disconnection from the light, from your magic, from all that you are and becoming. Those echoes are part and parcel of being in this now moment, in this body, and what we're all here to do. We're all here for those echoes to be seen, recognized, observed, and a new choice, a new experience, a new decision to be made. Those patterns that no longer serve, unless you want to stay in the same frequency, unless you want to stay holding on to the past, unless you want to stay feeling separate, then they do serve. But for those that know they're here for so much more, to expand, to become a higher vibrational consciousness, to become one in the unified field. For those that want to experience their magic in every moment. For those that are doing this, those echoes are an opportunity to shift into a new polarity, to shift into a new consciousness, to raise the vibration of your family lineage, to shift the dynamics and begin to create more light. Because as those echoes shift, as they're seen for what they are, a limitation, a bump, and they're rectified, transmuted, rediscovered, more light can be held in your vessel. More love can be held in your heart. More truth comes to the planet. Together we rise. Together we create. and together we ascend. Wow, that's the first time I've done that on a Facebook Live. In fact, it's been a long time since I've channeled anything. Um, my intuition is usually different to that when I'm on sessions with people. Um, and yet, that's what I'm getting, is that it's time for us to, it's time for me to be showing some of the things that I'm capable of and that I've been doing for 28 years now. I've hidden away a lot of my own magic on Facebook, trying to fit in, I suppose, unconsciously without even realizing it. And so it's time, we're in, 2025, we're in a time of transformation and shifting. We're in the catalyst. We're in this movement of, we're moving from I talk about it all the time, like I know astrology, right? But the age of Pisces, we've just moved out of the age of Pisces, which is all about dominance and control, and we're moving into the age of Aquarius, or we have just moved into the age of Aquarius. And there's 19 years in this, and this is all about peace, love, and mung beans, right? It's all about self-authority and taking ownership, becoming sovereign. So there's going to be a lot of shifts on the planet as this happens. And so it might be bumpy for some people, but that's why we've got this Facebook group. I really want to encourage you to participate in this group, because what I know this group is it's a support to reawaken, because you're magical. You're just magical, and regardless of whether you know it or not, you are, and it's a remembering of that. I'm just here to activate that and to support you in that activation, where we're continuously listening to our intuition, our wisdom, and feeling safe enough to be able to use that and to take that action. Because a lot of us, I've been doing work for so long. I've done a lot of work to get to where I am now. 7 years of past life regression is no mean feat, I've got to tell you. But through that process, I've been able to clear things like, feeling unsafe to speak my truth because I was burnt at the stake, or had lives where I was killed for speaking my truth, or I killed myself because no one was listening to me speaking my truth. And so these things I know I've done a lot of work on, and I'm here, supporting others to do the work, to come to that place, to clear those echoes that are in the DNA. It was very interesting. I could actually see the DNA just then, and these little energy ripples in the DNA. So that was very interesting. So we're shifting and moving because I'm shifting and moving. I'm starting to really take ownership. I've always taken ownership outside of Facebook, but I've also just discovered another part of me that was not wanting to be seen, not because of feeling unsafe, but because of a belief system that my dad, I only just picked it up. A lot of my stuff's all mum stuff, right? But my dad, there was a belief that my dad put into me, or I took on from my dad. No one can do anything. No one can make you think a certain way. You think that certain way because of you're being influenced, right? But there was a belief that my dad said of just stay in the level ground, right? Because there's people that are worse off than you. But if you just do as you're told and be a good person, then the authorities don't see you, right? And it was something about the God authority, but I've seen how it's played out, and it's only just come to my attention in the last couple of days. And as part of this new progression of awakening for myself, because we're always awakening, is that I'm now going to start doing this stuff like channeling and sharing on here and supporting women to disconnect from the matrix. Now, I know we're using the matrix to do that, but there's so many things that you can get distracted by, and all of the challenges and the chaos out there. Put your blinkers on. Put your blinkers on to all of it. It doesn't matter if you know what's going on in Hollywood or politics or the economy. It actually doesn't matter. When you're really tuning into your higher self will guide you exactly the way you need to be guided in this time, in this space. First and foremost, you should be listening to your higher self. And part of that is listening to good music, listening to, positive things like pause, being present to, higher vibrational frequencies like Awakening Magical Women, this Facebook group. So I encourage you to, we're shifting and changing this group. I really encourage you to post in here when you have a synchronicity, like a white rabbit moment, when you find some new content, something that you think is will support others to elevate, then throw it in here. I'm not in a lack mentality. I don't believe that you have to do just what I say, because people resonate to different people, right? And that's just the way it is. And so by sharing something, it doesn't mean that you're taking away from me. Now, in saying that, I will say I am very aware when people are taking and the energy is coming from not a pure place. When people start interacting in here only to take from the group, that's a different story, right? But most people in here are beautiful, amazing women that want to uplift and elevate each other. And so that's what I'm supporting you to do. I do also want to mention that in June we're doing the Season of the Wise. And so tomorrow I have a call with a beautiful woman, Lisa, who is one of my clients. And she's just amazing, the information she retains, and also the way she can articulate it to educate others in finding their purpose through human design. She's really got a knack for the detail, but also bringing it through in a way that is resonates to everyone. So that's the session we're having tomorrow. There's no particular time. I did my first one last Wednesday with my business mentor. You can find that in this group. I did it at 6 o'clock because she's in the US. I think that Lisa and I are on at 10. So it's a different time, but it's still on Wednesday. So check it out when you have the opportunity. Would love to see you live so that you're supporting Lisa to 10 o'clock tomorrow. My trusty, beautiful, magical assistant just shared with me that I was right. And let's elevate through social media as well, right? Let's elevate our community. Let's become connected and aware of what we're inputting and stay in that vibration of abundance, love, support, connection, all of those things. Take care, and I'd love for you to give me some feedback, whether you, how you liked the new format of pause. I would love to get some feedback from you. Take care, and I'll catch you next Tuesday. See ya.